All right, well, I have 7:01, so I am going to go ahead and get started here. I'll start with some introductions. So my name is Kayla Hasso. I work here in the admissions office at Wichita State. I'm also a Wichita State alum, and I'm really excited to be here with you this evening to tell you a little bit more about Wichita State. I also have some great staff members from the Office of Admissions who are helping behind the scenes. Samantha Dolan, she's actually doing check-in, so she would really appreciate if the student's name gets changed on Zoom for us. I also have Sloan Crawshaw. She coordinates all of our campus visits. So if you ever come on an individual campus visit, she's the one that coordinates that day for you. She'll be helping with our student panel later today. And then I also have Dawson Long on. She's also an admissions staff member, and she'll be helping us out with our scholarship drawing later this evening. So students, if you are in here and you've already applied to Wichita State, we are automatically going to enter you into a $1,000 scholarship drawing this evening. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Students, feel free to put in the chat where you're from. Our staff would love to get to know you a little bit better. So my hometown, Hutchinson, Kansas, feel free to add your hometown as well. We're going to start you guys off with a quick video from our president at Wichita State.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Newman, the president of Wichita State, and we're honored that you've chosen to spend time with us to learn more about all that Shocker Nation has to offer. I think our university is a really special place, and I hope through your conversations with our staff and students today that you'll leave our event wanting to learn more about why Wichita State may be the right fit for you. Our university has existed for more than 125 years, and while I'm biased, I think this may be the best time ever to be a Shocker. If you haven't been on campus at all or recently, you may not know that just in the last handful of years alone, we've opened up 120 acres of space on campus that features 2 new residence halls, a best-in-class YMCA, a restaurant and retail center, and most importantly, connections with local and global businesses and organizations where all of our students have research and applied learning experiences. Our classrooms are literally yards away from resume-boosting internships with companies like Airbus, Deloitte, Spirit Aerosystems, Textron Aviation, and NetApp. Our faculty are thought leaders in their field conducting research and provide instruction that can be applied to real-world settings right away. On top of that, our students are engaged with one another through campus activities, speakers, and concerts, and cheering on our NCAA Division I athletic teams. While I know the college search process may feel overwhelming at times, I want to wish you and your family the very best as you move forward. Know that all of us at Wichita State are here for you and anxious for you to get to know us a little better. Thanks again for taking the time to attend our event today, and I do hope to see you on campus for a visit soon. Go Shockers! Hello, everyone.
So as our university president shared, it's a great time to be a Shocker. It's always an exciting time here, but some of the things that we're really proud of are on the screen there. So last fall in 2021, we enrolled the largest freshman class in the university's history. So that was really exciting for us. I think tomorrow we're going to be announcing our enrollment for this fall. So stay tuned. We have some exciting announcements coming about that as well. Wichita State has also been the #1 transfer destination for 11 years. Meaning that community college transfer students choose Wichita State over any other four-year institution in Kansas. We're also really proud of the amount of money our students have earned through applied learning. So you can see that last year, our students earned $26 million in earnings through over 6,000 internships. You can also see some of our stats that we're proud of. Wichita State is one of the most affordable colleges and universities. A couple of pictures you can see there of students at different internships. I know you guys aren't able to be on campus tonight, but I hope in the future you are able to come and check out our campus. I do want to show you a quick drone tour of campus though. So just a little bit more about Wichita State. Wichita State is considered a mid-sized institution. We have just over 16,000 students enrolled at Wichita State. As our president said earlier, Wichita State is an NCAA Division I university. We compete in the American Athletic Conference, and students get to attend home sporting events for free, which is really exciting. Some of my favorite memories as an undergrad were attending basketball games at Charles Koch Arena here on campus. Wichita State has over 70 different academic majors and 230 areas of study. We're really fortunate because later this evening, we're going to have breakout rooms where you can go and learn more about the different majors at Wichita State. All of our academic colleges have representatives that are here this evening. So if you want to learn about our dental hygiene program or our teacher education program or our marketing program, any of our programs, you can learn about more during those breakout rooms. So students look forward to that later this evening. Also, Wichita State is so being a mid-sized campus, we have pretty small class sizes. So you can see that 92% of our classes are fewer than 50 students. I can tell you my personal experience when I was an undergraduate at Wichita State, majority of my classes were 30 students or less. We talked a little bit about internships earlier, but we're really proud about that at Wichita State. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that here in a little bit. At Wichita State, over 44% of our students are first generation, meaning they're the first in their family to attend and graduate from a four-year institution. So we have a lot of support for students here on campus. Tutoring is all completely free to students. We have different writing centers, math labs. So we are really well equipped to help first generation students be successful here at Wichita State. And we're the most diverse campus in the universe, or the most diverse university in Kansas, which we're also very proud of here at WSU as well. I am going to pan over to a quick video so that you can learn a little bit more about Wichita State. Students, I would encourage you to pay attention because we are going to do a trivia here at the end of this evening. We're going to be giving away some prize packs, and most of the questions can be found in our videos this evening.
Welcome to Wichita State. We're so excited you're here, and before you dive straight into your shocker visit, we feel like we should introduce ourselves first. So here's a handful of things we think you should know about us. Our university was founded in 1895, the same year Babe Ruth was born and that volleyball was invented. Beginning with an enrollment of just 30 students, and after changing our name a couple times, Wichita State University is now home to roughly 16,000 shockers, as well as 8 degree-granting colleges offering 70 undergraduate programs and 230 areas of study. And you know, not to brag, but our campus sculpture collection has been ranked in the top 10 nationally. Our aerospace engineering program is ranked first in industry-funded research. We have the second oldest criminal justice program in the country, and our Barton School of Business offers the widest selection of business degrees in the state of Kansas. Not to mention, our fine arts students put on over 500 performances and exhibitions each year. 50% of teachers in Wichita's public schools are WSU grads, and we have the only bachelor's of dental hygiene in Kansas. But enough about how awesome we are. Let's talk about how awesome our students are. 40% are first-generation college students. 38% come from diverse backgrounds, making us the most diverse college in the state. Over 500 use the Military and Veterans Student Center every year. Each year, our students bring in over $100 million in scholarships and financial aid. Last year, our students worked in 2,200 on-campus positions, earning them over $8 million in wages. And out of all state universities, WSU grads have the highest first-year employment rate and salaries for Kansas jobs. So you're probably thinking, wow, that's amazing. Can it get any better than that? And it can, because we've also been rated among the top 80 most affordable colleges and universities in the nation. And now if you're thinking, gee, that's impressive, but they can't possibly have more numbers to put on the screen, then get this. Our student-to-faculty ratio is 19-1. We host over 350 on-campus events every year. Our school population is roughly 1 bajillion. We're home to over 300 student organizations. Our average honors class size is 10. We're the #1 transfer destination in the state, and we are 23% more affordable than any other research university in Kansas. Hashtag winning. We're a proud member of the American Athletic Conference, and Koch Arena has been ranked nationally in the top 10 best home basketball environments. Not to mention, X Stadium is one of the top 20 college baseball stadiums in the country. Additionally, last year, our Shockers were placed in over 1,100 internships, partnering with nearly 500 employers, earning them more than $4.9 million in wages. Now, if you're thinking, wow, That's a lot of money. You are absolutely right. And these opportunities wouldn't be available to our students without the support of the Wichita community. Our university is located in the largest city in Kansas, which, in addition to providing internship and job placement opportunities for our students, also contributes to a great student life experience. Wichita is home to over 500,000 people and has upwards of 1,200 restaurants, 33 museums, 26 live theaters, 9 shopping districts, and 17 annual festivals. And for those students who have family who might want to visit from out of state, our city has over 8,100 hotel rooms, and Wichita State is only 20 minutes from the airport. And on top of all of these things, the city of Wichita has also been named by national websites as the top 10 best cities for new college grads, top 10 best places to live, top 10 surprising foodie cities, and top 10 best value cities. Finally, we want to hit one last number: 0. Because that's the additional cost to our students when they want to utilize campus resources. At no extra cost, our students can get tickets to home sporting and fine arts events. They can use the Math and Writing Lab, receive tutoring, and receive free rides on Wichita's public buses, as well as a YMCA membership. So that's Wichita State in a nutshell, and after all this, hopefully you've learned a little bit more about us. Again, we're so glad you're here, and we're really excited for you to see why we believe it's such an exciting time to be a Shocker.
So one thing the video talked about that we always stress at Wichita State is applied learning. So if you're not familiar with what applied learning means, this is an experience for students to gain. This is an opportunity for students to gain experience through things like internships. It could be research, service learning, different volunteer opportunities. But we make sure that every student who graduates from Wichita State has an applied learning experience. So you can see a couple of pictures of students featured there. The student next to the NASA sign is Lucas Webb. He was an aerospace engineering major here at Wichita State and did an internship with NASA. Lucas is actually in graduate school for aerospace engineering now. You can see a student right below that next to an airplane. She was actually interning at Textron Aviation, which is one of the large aircraft industries located here in Wichita. She was a communications major. So aircraft industry has more than just internships for engineering majors. The student at the bottom there was an education major, and she's actually working at the Child Development Center that's located here on campus. And so she was able to gain experience through working on campus at that job. And then the last student featured there was working at Goldman Sachs for her internship. And the reason her picture looks that way with just like her laptop is because she started that internship during COVID. So she was actually working remotely for her internship. But you can see that last year we talked about $26 million were earned by Wichita State students through their internships and on-campus jobs. Of those, many of them are paid. So those are great opportunities for you not only to build your resume, but also to earn money throughout college. Our students worked with over 400 different employers. So this is more than just on-campus employers and more than just employers here in Wichita. We have students who work all over the nation and even outside of the US for internships as well every year. One of the things that we're really proud of at Wichita State is our first-year employment rate. So Wichita State graduates have the highest first-year employment rate and highest salaries for Kansas jobs. So you can see that percentage there on our screen. I really attribute that to all the work that our Shocker Career Accelerator does for our students. This is our version of Career Development Center. Their resources are free to Wichita State students and graduates. So they will help students build a resume. They will help you prepare for interviews. They even have a great career closet if you need some professional clothing. They host hundreds of on-campus career fairs and interview days for students on our campus. So it's a really great opportunity for students to kind of prepare for the next step after college through the Career Accelerator. I actually want you to hear from one of our students about their internship experience and what they enjoyed most about it.
Swung on and a fly ball well hit to left. Bradley is heading back to the warning track. It's gone, and the Chris Williams parade continues at Riverfront Stadium.
Wichita was kind of always a place that I knew about. People would say you have to go further away from Wichita to find opportunities, and I always knew that wasn't true. My name is Kaylee Akins. I am a senior studying integrated marketing communications as well as a minor in business marketing. I've always known that I wanted to do marketing, and I wanted to study really broad. And then someone told me about the IMC program, so Integrated Marketing Communications, where it kind of merges the two. So it merges the communication side, so more of your writing and speaking and all that kind of stuff, copywriting, with the business side. That was a program that I haven't found anywhere else. There's not really a typical day, and I think that's my favorite part about working in not only in baseball, but the sports world. I never would have imagined myself to go into the sports world, so that's kind of crazy. But I just one day wanted to give it a shot. WindSurge this is their second year, so basically we are creating that beginning image of the WindSurge, and we get to see people come back or bring people in for the first time. And game days are really where you see your work displayed, and that's what kind of makes it worth it. The WindSurge has done a really good job of making sure that they really want to teach everyone. They really want you to grow. My family will always come and visit me. They love coming to games. They love coming to visit me on campus for parents' weekends. It's been a blessing getting to be so close to my family as well.
3, 2, 1.
Sometimes I feel like I'm really far, only because it seems like a whole different world here. There's nothing wrong with living in a small town, but I knew that if I wanted to learn more and have more opportunities, that I needed to keep going kind of to the next step. That next step was coming to Wichita for Wichita State.
I love hearing those stories from our students, and just know that if you come to Wichita State, you can start apply learning opportunities as early as freshman year, which I think makes Wichita State unique as well. And our location here in Wichita provides lots of opportunities for our students to be working and gaining experience in their field. One thing that has really changed about our campus, especially since my time as an undergraduate here, is what we now call the Innovation Campus. So if there are any parents on here who are WSU alums, or even students who visited in the last few years, maybe you have noticed how much our campus has changed. So the entire east side of our campus has transformed from what was an 18-hole golf course to now the Innovation Campus. So you can see a map there of some of the different buildings that are located on our Innovation Campus. Some of the really exciting ones that are already completed include the Steve Clark YMCA and Student Wellness Center. So Wichita is blessed to have 8 YMCAs in town, and as a student at Wichita State, you can attend any, or you can go to any of those for free, including the one on our campus. So it's really nice if you're looking to work out, relieve some stress, you can just go right here on campus, or if you live off campus, you can go to one of the off-campus YMCAs as well. The Student Wellness Center has nurses and different areas. If you need prescriptions filled, you can do all of that in the Wellness Center. We also have opportunities for students who might want to seek out counseling. So we do individual group counseling in the Wellness Center as well. We have 2 new residence halls that are located on Innovation Campus, and I'll talk about all the residence halls on our campus here in just a minute. We have some great restaurants over in Brayburn Square. So if you're ever visiting campus and need somewhere to eat, check out Brayburn Square. We also have a hotel located on our campus now. So if you visit Wichita State from out of town and you need somewhere to stay, the Hyatt Place is located right here on our campus. The newest building to open on our campus just opened in August. It's Woolsey Hall, which is the home to our business school. So if you're thinking about a business major, real estate, marketing, finance, accounting, countless other business majors, your home would be Woolsey Hall. Beautiful building. Definitely check it out. If you come on a campus tour, you'll get to see it on your tour. But more than just business students benefit from this new building, because all majors have classes in this building. So it's really exciting. They just opened a cafe there earlier this week. We have a food truck plaza right across the way from Woolsey Hall. So Wichita is a top 10 foodie city. So that's sometimes surprising to people, but lots of variety of food here in Wichita. The last thing I want to mention are the partnership buildings. So you can see they're kind of speckled all throughout the Innovation Campus. And you can probably see all of those business names that are located on the other side of the map. So Wichita State has over 50 different businesses that are either headquartered on our campus or have offices on our campus. So some of those there are some of the different businesses that are located at Wichita State. One of the newest ones to open is NetApp. So they just opened up a headquarters on our campus this summer. But we have Deloitte Smart Factory, Spirit Aerosystems, Textron Aviation, Airbus, all of those people have offices or again, headquarters on our campus. But the most exciting part about the partnership buildings is they have to hire Wichita State students as interns to be located on our campus. So the reason this is so exciting is because it has increased the amount of on-campus jobs for our students. So the video I showed a little bit ago said 2,200 students were working on campus. And that stat is actually a couple years old now. And last I heard, we had 3,000 students who were working on our campus. So this is really exciting for students. This means after class, between classes, you could have an internship here on campus and just walk to and from. I had a job on campus when I was an undergrad, and it was a really great experience. So we're thrilled about the Innovation Campus. It's really exciting and it continues to expand. Here's a couple of pictures of Innovation Campus. So one of my favorite places to eat on Innovation Campus is Social Tap. So you can see a picture there. You can see inside of NetApp, which opened over the summer. And then you can actually see inside of one of the lab spaces in John Bardo Center. So engineering students, get excited. John Bardo Center is a really great space for you. It's over 20 unique lab spaces for engineering students to work hands-on in their major. So great additions to our campus. If you haven't checked it out, definitely schedule a visit so that you can come and check it out. Something else exciting that's happening on our campus, we are opening the Shocker Success Center. So what this is, it'll be an all-inclusive place for all of our student resources. So right now, we have all of these great offices you can see located on the left. We have an adult learning office, career closet. We have an office for military and veteran students, disability services, all of those there, but they're kind of sprinkled throughout our campus. So as a student who might need multiple of them, you'd have to walk to different buildings. So we are in the process of centralizing all of these into what will be the Shocker Success Center, which will be located right outside of our student center, the Radigan Student Center. So super convenient for students. So we're really excited about this. It opens December of 2023. So for anyone that's a senior this year, it would be open your freshman year on campus. And if you're even younger, then it would be open by the time you get here. So we're super excited about that here. I mentioned our residence halls earlier. So at Wichita State, we have 3 different residence halls. 2 are for first year students only. So Shocker Hall and the suites are first year students only. Shocker Hall is located in the heart of campus. And so it's home to our dining hall, has a variety of different room styles. So anything from a 1-person room to a 4-person room, a variety of different levels of privacy. They have laundry and kitchen on every floor of Shocker Hall. So you can see that picture there. It's a really great building. It's all connected, so you never have to walk outside. So if it's raining or it's really hot, because we're in Kansas, right? You can just go to the dining hall and stay inside without going outside to do that. So that's a great facility for first year students. The other residence hall for first year students is the suites, which is the one you'll see a picture on the bottom. The suites is actually located on the Innovation Campus, the east side of our campus. The suites is going to provide a little more privacy for students. These are all shutting bedroom doors, and every room has laundry within it, and you have a kitchenette. So it's a great option for first year students. If you're an upperclassman or you're thinking about, where am I going to live after my first year? Wichita State does have the Flats. The Flats is a beautiful building. It's apartment style living on the Innovation Campus for upperclassmen. It has walk-in closets, full showers, granite countertops in the kitchen. It's a gorgeous space. So if you decide to come on a campus tour, you'll get to see Shocker Hall and the suites both on your tour here. Really exciting is October 1st is just around the corner. So if you are an admitted senior, the application to live on campus opens October 1st. So definitely put that on your calendar. That's this weekend. And you want to be early, especially if you have a preference for which residence hall you want to live in. You'll want to make sure you apply early because there are priority deadlines. So the first one is December 1st. So if you apply between October 1st and December 1st, you will be in priority room selection. So you're likely to get the room style that you're wanting and hoping to have. So keep that in mind. That can all be done online. You don't have to come to campus to do the housing application. You can see on the right there some of the perks of living on campus. I do want to say, as a first year student at Wichita State, you are required to stay on campus unless you live in the Wichita metro area. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask our staff who are in the chat. And I should mention, if you have questions as I'm talking tonight, I have staff that are available to answer your questions. So feel free to put those in the chat and they will help you out. A little bit about admission requirements. So for any students who are on tonight who have not applied to Wichita State, this is going to give the information of how to apply and what you'll need for applying. So our application is all online. The website's right there. You'll fill the online application out. And the great thing about the application is you can actually report your GPA and test scores and don't have to send those officially to us right away. So that means if you're filling it out, you can say what your ACT score was and what your high school GPA is right there, and we will use that for admission purposes. Now, I did just mention ACT score, so I want to say that Wichita State's test optional. You certainly do not need to take the ACT or an SAT to apply to Wichita State. It is required for the merit scholarship though, so I would encourage you, if you haven't taken it, to get signed up and take it as soon as possible. So you're going to do the online application, you're going to self-report your GPA and test scores. There is a $40 application fee as well, which you can pay all online. If there are any transfer students who are on this evening, you will not necessarily need to give us your high school GPA and test scores, but we will need transcripts from the colleges that you've attended, so keep that in mind. For freshmen, you can see the criteria there for Wichita State admission. So it's a 2.25 unweighted GPA. If you don't have that, you can also be admitted based off of an ACT or SAT score. So you can see the minimums on the screen there. You do not need to meet all of these criteria. So again, you don't have to take the ACT or SAT. So if you have the 2.25 high school GPA, then you'll be fine. Now, if you're looking at the criteria on the screen and you're concerned that maybe you don't meet the criteria, I would still encourage you to apply because Wichita State does holistic admissions review. So we will provide you the opportunity to provide a personal statement to Wichita State. So don't be deterred by that criteria listed there on the screen. I do want to say the earlier you apply for admission, the better. We do have some scholarship applications that are open now, and you typically cannot fill out scholarship applications until you're admitted. You also can't do things like housing applications until you're admitted. So I'd encourage you to apply now. It does not necessarily commit you to coming to Wichita State, but you will get to learn about the scholarships, financial aid, housing, all of that once you're admitted to the university. So if you haven't started your application, hopefully you'll want to start it after this evening with us. A little bit about scholarships. So Wichita State has merit scholarships. The merit scholarships are the easiest to qualify and earn, because all you have to do is apply for admission to earn a merit scholarship. So for freshmen, you do have to apply to Wichita State by November 1st. That's the priority deadline. When you apply, they're going to be looking at your high school GPA and your test score in order to award you a merit scholarship. In just a second, I'll show you a quick grid on how we do our awarding. Transfer students, the deadline is later. It's February 1st. And these merit scholarships are renewable. So you would receive these as a first year student for 4 years and as a transfer student for 2 years. If you want to learn more about the merit scholarships, we can put the link to that in the chat so you can learn a little bit more about that. But again, you do have to apply to Wichita State first to be considered. We have lots of other scholarships at Wichita State as well. And the way that students learn about those is once you're admitted, you can get in Scholarship Universe, which is a scholarship matching portal. So it's very different from my days in high school where you had to read every scholarship to see if you qualify. You go into the scholarship portal, you answer the profile questions, and it only shows you the scholarships you qualify for. And then it also sends you a reminder email every week. So I think it's super simple. It really simplifies the process. It's going to look at Wichita State scholarships you qualify for. It's going to look at outside scholarships you qualify for. Any of our scholarship competitions, it's going to look at those as well. Notice October 1 is also listed here, a big day. Not only does the housing application open, but FAFSA also opens. So I encourage everybody to file a FAFSA. Parents, be prepared to help your students out with this. But October 1 is when it opens. And December 1 is our priority deadline at Wichita State for some of those first come, first serve awards. And it will also make sure that you get your award package sent to you really by Christmas time. A little bit more on scholarships. So I mentioned the freshman merit scholarships and how these are awarded. So what we do is based off of what you enter on the application, we are going to look at your GPA. So if you have a minimum of 3.0 GPA and then your ACT or SAT score. So let's say you have a 21 ACT and you have a 3.75. You see two numbers in that box, either 8,000 or 12,000. The top number is for students who have in-state tuition. So you're from Kansas, or you have a tuition discount that allows you to have reduced tuition rate, you'll get the top number, and then you divide that by 4 since it's a 4-year award. If you are an out-of-state student and you don't receive any kind of tuition discount, you would earn the bottom number. So that's how the matrix works. Again, make sure you apply early. That way you can be considered for these. We also do reconsideration. So if you do earn an award this semester and you end up taking the ACT and getting a higher score, you can be reconsidered for a higher dollar amount. Quickly, I want to mention scholarship competitions at Wichita State. So these are our large scholarships. We have many of these. I'll show you on the next screen, but I do want to mention the criteria for most of these. You can see listed on the screen there. Please note that it says or, so you don't have to have a 3.5 GPA and a 27 ACT and be in the top 10% of your graduating class. You just need one of those 4 to qualify for most of the scholarship competitions here at Wichita State. Notice some of the deadlines that are on the screen there. So you have to apply to Wichita State by October 15th. Students, that's coming up just a few weeks from now. And then you have till November 1st to apply for the scholarships, which is all through Scholarship Universe. And then many of the competitions are hosted the weekend of November 18th and 19th. Some are actually a little bit later. So let me show you a little bit more about those. This is really just a sample of the competitive scholarships that Wichita State has. Our largest one is Distinguished Scholarship Invitational, or we call it DSI, where we award 3 students $64,000 to attend Wichita State. Any majors can qualify for that. You can see some of these are specific to the major. So the business scholarship, there's engineering, math and science education, entrepreneurship, so on and so forth. So we can put the link in the chat to the scholarship competitions, but to be considered for these, most of them you have to apply to Wichita State by October 15th. So students, don't wait around to do these. I'm attempting to advance to the next screen. I just went so fast. Last few things from me this evening. So I want to talk a little bit about campus life at Wichita State and what makes being a student here really exciting. So Wichita State has over 200 different student organizations. So we like to say that everybody can find something for them. So there are academic organizations, there are social organizations, there are what I'm going to say off the wall organizations like the Bacon Eating Club. So for any of you bacon lovers out there, we already have a club for you. If you like to stay active, we have intramural and club sports at Wichita State that students can join. Those were really fun. I participated in those in college. If you're interested in Greek life, we have a great fraternity and sororities here at Wichita State that students can join. I mentioned Shocker Athletics earlier. Some of the other things you'll see on there as well that students can participate in. But I think the most exciting part is just showing you what it looks like to be a student here. So I'm going to show you guys a quick video of student life. All right, so here's what's going to happen for the rest of this evening. So next up, we have our breakout rooms. All right, I think everybody should be back now from their breakout room. So I am going to hand it over to Salone, who is going to introduce you to our current students. While she does introductions, we would love for you to think about questions that you would like to ask of a current Wichita State student. So Sloan, feel free to jump on, and students, if you could also SAS, turn your cameras on and be ready for questions here.
Yes, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our student panel. This is always one of our most, I guess you could say everyone always loves this part the most, talking to our current students, hearing from them on what they have to say about Wichita State. So I'm going to have them all introduce themselves first, let them tell you a little bit about where they're from, what they might be studying here and anything that they're involved in, and anything else USAS members want to throw in, you definitely can. I don't know if we talked about it, but SAS is our Student Ambassador Society. So these students work within the Office of Admissions to help it with various events, giving a personal student experience and bringing that to any of our events to talk with you all. So I'm going to have Lennox go first and give her a minute.
Hello, I'm Lennox Fox. I come from Kinsley, Kansas, which is about 3 hours away from Wichita. I'm currently studying Information Technology Management Information Systems, which is the business side of the computers instead of the engineering side of computers. And I'm also involved in the Honors College on campus.
Perfect. Hannah, if you want to go next.
Yes, so hi everyone, I'm Hannah. I'm a senior here studying forensic science with a minor in Spanish, and I'm from Leawood, Kansas, which is about 3 hours away. And I'm in the Forensic Society, I'm in Criminal Justice Society, I'm part of the Honors College, and I also work with intramural sports. So it's a little bit about me.
Awesome. And Audrey?
Hi, my name's Audrey. I'm a first year here at Wichita State studying social work. I'm from Kansas City, Kansas. I'm a member of the dance team here at Wichita State. I'm on Student Ambassador Society. I'm in the Honors College. I also have an on-campus job as President Newman's assistant. What else am I involved in? Good Lordy. I'm a reporter for the Sunflower, as well as, oh gosh, I'm blanking. That's just a little bit about me.
Perfect. Kaylin?
Hey everyone, my name is Kaylin Hanna. I am a senior majoring in media arts with a concentration on film. I was born and raised right here in the Wichita area, and I have been involved with our transition mentors here for the College of Fine Arts, as well as peer coaching for first year seminars.
Perfect. And last but not least, Alexander?
Hello, everyone. My name is Alexander Deworf. I am a senior here at WSU studying aerospace engineering, and I have a minor in mathematics. I am from here in Wichita, Kansas, born and raised, and I work at a wind tunnel on campus. I also work as a Shocker Navigator tour guide. So if you ever come out to campus, be happy to give you a tour, hopefully. And then let's see, I'm also involved in the Student Ambassador Society, Tau Beta Pi, and Sigma Gamma Tau, which are both engineering honor societies, the Honors College, AIAA, which is a aviation related organization. And let's see, I think I have more things too, but I have another job, but I can't talk about it. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Does anyone have any questions for our students? You can put them in the chat. I'll wait a few seconds to see if any come through. While we're waiting, to get us started, Audrey, do you want to kind of talk about what has been the biggest difference between high school and college for you so far?
Yeah, I'd love to. So the biggest difference for me between high school and college is I feel like college is a lot more like you have a lot more responsibilities, truthfully. Like in high school, I feel like my teachers were a little more on me if I wasn't turning in a homework assignment or if I was running a little behind on a project, but here it's more at your own pace, get your homework done and really rely on the syllabus. Syllabuses are so important and I truly did not realize it until that first week of college. And then I'm looking back at my syllabuses still today, like a month and a half in. So I'd say in college, you do have a lot more responsibilities, but responsibilities are good. They help you grow and they really help me to feel like I have control of my education as well.
Awesome. We will get one more person to answer that question. I'll kind of go for Kaylin, who's now a senior, and kind of talk about that. And then I see some in the chat, so we'll get those as well.
Yeah, so the transition from high school to college honestly started off a little bit rocky for me. The first week was kind of a shock just because I was so used to being in one building from like 8 to 3 and then transferring to a university. the buildings were scattered across campus and you kind of had to factor in time to go to class and then all that. But I really leaned into my support services that I had really early on. Most, if not all of our services are free. So I kind of met with some people in different departments and kind of set up a success plan for me. And from there on out, I've been really good about doing everything. I've come a long way from that rocky start. I've gotten a lot more organized. Kind of like Audrey said, really using that syllabus. Something that I use is my planner, which is right next to me right now. As soon as you get that syllabi, write in all of like the deadlines and assignments and projects that you have to do ahead of time, just so you're prepared and can plan for that as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Kaylin. Hannah, I believe you said you were in the Honors College. We have a student that asked what the application for the Honors College looks like. Could you speak to that a little bit?
Yes, I can. I'm a senior now, so I think a little bit of what my application looked like is different now. But the biggest thing about the Honors College is they do a holistic review. So they want to know about you, your experiences, your involvement, and they don't have a minimum ACT or SAT, or I believe the GPA requirement. And so for the application process, it's an essay and then a resume, I believe, and you submit both of those. And then our honors committee reviews those applications every month and then admits students based on your fit for the Honors College and what you look like as a person. And it's a really, really great experience. I would encourage anyone to apply if they want to. So.
Perfect, thank you. Lennox and Alexander, I'm going to have you guys go next for this question. I think we'll let Lennox start. What is your biggest piece of advice for an incoming freshman or for a junior in high school? I'll let you kind of choose which one you want to talk to.
Get started now on scholarships. There's already some that's probably already out. I don't know for sure because it's been a bit since I've done them. But as soon as you can get working on scholarship essays and scholarships so you can incur all those scholarships you want, the better off you'll be, because not many people are going to start like, it's my senior year or whatever, so I'm not going to do it immediately. You're going to wait till the end, and then you're going to be lumping in yourself with everyone else trying to fight for one scholarship when you could have been fighting for all these other scholarships way back in the beginning with less people, because they're just not going to do it in the first.
Perfect. Alexander, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yes. So yeah, applying for scholarships and applying early is definitely a huge piece of advice that I would give. But I would also say for an incoming freshman specifically, one of the biggest differences that I've experienced between high school and college is that you are in charge of your own schedule more than you were in high school. So you get to choose basically all of your schedule, really. How many classes you take, when you take those classes, what organizations to be involved in. And I know some of that is similar to high school, but there's like 200 different organizations at WSU. There's a lot to get involved in. There's a lot of on-campus work opportunities. There's so many different ways you could organize your time and your schedule. So as an incoming freshman, it can be very easy to overcommit yourself early on and sign up for everything, and then find yourself in the middle of the semester stressed out of your mind. So to help you with that, my biggest piece of advice is to come in and identify what your priorities are and organize your schedule such that you can meet those priorities and you can schedule accordingly. For me, that looks like making sure I have enough margin between my classes, my work commitments, my extracurricular commitments, so that I can have some breathing room, take time for myself, just so that I can better fulfill my commitments, whatever I choose those to be. So identify your priorities and plan accordingly, and don't let the shiny opportunities dictate what you have time for. So yeah.
Perfect, thank you. Looks like we have a lot of questions in the chat. Some we will answer with staff on, and then I'm going to ask Kaylin one. It's pretty specific to your major, but students, if you're on and you have any questions regarding the experience of a college student, what it is like on Wichita State's campus, definitely put those in the chat as well, and we'll have the students answer them. But Kaylin, I'm coming to you next. How does the film program look like, and what different projects have you done throughout the year?
Amazing question. I love it. So the film program, in a nutshell, I would say is very hands-on. You gain a lot of experience just in your time in your 4 years in undergrad. You learn a lot, most if not all, of everything that you would need to know when you're planning on going into the film industry. You obviously start off with those basic and intro classes to the program, and then you'll have like a writing class, an acting class, editing, things like that to kind of get you that first like hands-on experience. Some projects that I've done, I'm working on my practicum 3 right now, which is really just making some sort of film project and pitching it to like the advisors and the deans in the College of Digital Arts. And so that'll be a mini short film documentary series hopefully. And some other projects that I have worked on. If you're familiar with Tallgrass Film Festival, I worked on a short film called Theft. It deals with Alzheimer's and kind of like how that navigates through the person suffering through it and how the family is impacted by it. And that one actually got chosen to be in the film festival. So I'll be a part of that as well. And then just some short films that other students have been creating for their practicums, as well as some like just for fun projects as well. There's always projects going on. There's always people who need help with those. We have a gigantic call board that takes up like the longest part of our wall. And we'll just come in and stick on, hey, we need an editor, we need some actors, or some people to make a soundtrack for us. And so those are great opportunities to get involved with film as well.
Perfect. We have a couple more minutes. Does anybody have, this is a kind of a follow-up question, I guess. Kaylin, maybe you can answer. Would animation fall under filmmaking? Or you want to talk to that? Maybe
Yeah.
real quick, and then we'll wrap.
Yeah. So animation will fall not necessarily under film, it'll fall under media arts. And in the media arts program, we'll have animation, film, game design, audio, acting, and collaborative design, which encompasses a little bit of everything. You might have a couple filmmaking classes within that animation degree. And then you can also take some film classes for your extracurricular credits as well.
Perfect. I know we have some questions in the chat that I think staff will answer. So I'm going to have you students just kind of wrap up our panel with sharing like a word or maybe a sentence of how you could capture, there's the word I'm going for, your Wichita State experience. So I'm going to give you just a minute to think because I see Alexander's thinking. I'm going to go to Hannah first.
So for me, the first thing that came to mind was community. When I think of like the experience that I've been fortunate to have here at Wichita State, I think of all of the different things that I've joined, all of the different experiences that I've been able to have. And like now that I'm in my senior year, looking back at it, it's like I feel like I have like a community both behind me here and like my professors, my fellow classmates. I've been able to work with some professionals and I feel like they're all behind me. And then I also feel like I've gotten to just be parts of everyone's lives here. And I feel like at Wichita State, the best word to describe my experience right now is definitely community.
I love that. Audrey, I'm coming to you next.
So I guess a phrase that came to mind for me, I've only been at Wichita State since like August, but just enjoy every moment. College is literally only 4 years, and think about how fast high school for all of you guys flew by. Like college is going to fly by even faster. So I've just been really trying to be present in the good, the bad, the ugly, all the moments that I'm experiencing here at Wichita State, because I truly am so fortunate to be able to live out the college, like being in college. It's so exciting, and it's such an exciting and like pivotal point of our lives, and we can grow so much. And just, I don't know, whenever you get to college, make sure to soak it all in, because I know I'm definitely going to try to, because one day I'll be in Kaylin's shoes and I'll be, or Hannah's, and I'll be super about to graduate, and that'll make me really sad.
Perfect. Alexander?
32 weeks and 4 days and counting until I graduate. So I don't know about that, but I'm excited. It's been a good time. It's been a good time. But I would encapsulate or encapture, to use your word, my time at WSU as abounding in opportunity. I would have never dreamed of the opportunities that I've had and have now in college. Would have never dreamed of them back when I was a high school student preparing to go into college. You hear a lot about all the opportunities we have here at WSU, whether it's a solid program with your degree, applied learning opportunities, and everything in between. And it's true. They're there, abounding in opportunities. That's what I would summarize.
Love it. Lennox, do you have anything?
Home away from home. Immediately when I got on campus, I knew that I would be safe and it felt like a community here. I was immediately found like-minded people and already have like a friend group that we kind of do things together on the weekends. It's really nice to be here. It doesn't make me feel lonely at all. I do miss home occasionally, but this one can definitely be a replacement for a bit.
That is awesome to hear. And Kaylin can wrap it up. What do you have?
All right, I would definitely say, looking back at all my time, I also graduate next semester. I'm so sad. I would say lean into discomfort. You'll hear that a lot when you come to Wichita State. Lean into discomfort, whether that is taking initiative and saying hi to someone first, whether it's going to an event or joining an organization you're a little bit nervous about, or even just raising your hand in class to ask a question. Really lean into that discomfort. You will grow so much from it, and you'll learn a lot from it as well.
Awesome. I know we always love to hear from our current students. So I don't know if any of them are able to stay on for a few more minutes, but if you guys do have any questions in the chat or questions for them, you can put them in the chat. And if they're not going to stick around, we can definitely get you in contact with them to get those questions answered. But we can just give a big thank you for joining us this evening. Our students are not paid to join us for these events. They do it because they love visiting with you all and sharing about their Wichita State experience. So we're always very thankful for them hopping on, and it's always a favorite. So thank you guys.
Thanks, SAS. For our students who are still on, we have 2 more things tonight, and we are going to kind of fly through them. So the next thing we have is trivia. So we've prepared a couple trivia questions for you this evening. So what's going to happen is I'll ask the question out loud, and then the first person to type the correct answer in the chat, current students, you don't count, you will get an additional prize pack from Wichita State aside from the t-shirt we're going to be sending you. So first question is, what other names has Wichita State University went by? Throw your answers in the chat. All right, I think I saw Addie, I think was the first one to answer that. So Addie, our staff will write down your name, but Addie is correct. Wichita State went by 2 other names, University of Wichita and Fairmount College. So great guesses. So get ready for the next question. I think this one's a little tougher. Name one of the businesses located on the Innovation Campus. I'm seeing a lot of things. I'm not sure I'm seeing a right answer quite yet. Well, the first right answer that I am seeing is Addie again. So Addie, sorry, you don't get to win 2 things. So let me keep looking. Blake, I see your answer of NIAR, and I don't know if I should lean on Alexander or if someone knows if NIAR technically is on Innovation Campus. Alexander, are you still on?
Yeah, they are. They have a few labs in the JBC.
Okay, so
Well,
Blake, we'll give it to you, Blake, for NIAR. So NIAR is a great opportunity for students looking to potentially work on campus with our National Aviation Institute for Aviation Research. I see some other good answers too, like Spirit is correct. Airbus also correct. The YMCA also on campus. So great job. All right, this is neat. Everyone needs to have fast fingers for this because I think many of you know the answer here. This is the last one. What is the name of Wichita State's mascot? What is his name? Woo, I don't know that I can even read fast enough. Sorry, let me scroll up here. I'm looking for his full name. So Jillian, I see your answer. Not sure I can keep scrolling. I went too fast. I don't know. One of my staff, do you want to weigh in? I mean, I see D'Angelo has the full name. That's the first one that I saw. My staff are welcome to tell me if I missed something, but Woo Shock is our mascot's full name. I see people who are saying Shocker, which you know, maybe is a different version of it. I see a couple people who said Woo. So I am going to let one of our staff decide who was the first person, because I might have missed that. So feel free, staff, to add in the chat who was the first person so we know who the winner was. All right, so last thing for this evening is our scholarship drawing. So I'm going to have Sloan show us the wheel of names. So this is really exciting. We get to do the scholarship drawing live. So if you had applied to Wichita State prior to this evening and paid your application fee, your name should be on here. I do want to say you do have to still be present. So if we happen to draw somebody's name and they're not still present, we'll draw again. But we are going to spin. Sloan, I am ready whenever you are. Everyone do like a little drum roll on your laptop or, you know, your phone or whatever here. Winner of the $1,000 scholarship drawing is Dakota. Dakota, congratulations. So Dakota, if you can do me a favor, don't log off when I ask everybody else to log off, because we are going to have you take a photo just to kind of commemorate that you won the scholarship. So students, last few things this evening, I would just share with you that we are here to answer any questions that you have. So my staff are certainly going to stay on and answer any questions that you have this evening. Otherwise, we really hope if you haven't applied to Wichita State that you go ahead and submit that admissions application. If you've already applied, look out for those deadlines for scholarships, financial aid, housing. Those are all going to be coming up here in the next few months. So that is all for us this evening. We appreciate you guys so much for joining us. You will get your t-shirt mailed to you, so be looking for that over probably in the next week or so from us. Otherwise, have a wonderful evening. And as we say here, go Shocks. And Dakota, I'm sorry, you have to stay on still. Lennox, thank you for your help this evening. Hannah, thank you. You guys are awesome. Okay, I think it's mostly staff, and Jeanette, is Dakota there where he can come on and actually take a photo? If he's not, that's okay.
No, she's not. She was supposed to be home from work and they kept her late.
Oh, that's okay.
So we got mom.
Okay, I was gonna say, are you okay?
All her questions.
Yeah, that's okay. Are you okay if we go ahead and take a photo? I mean, of you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Can one of the staff get ready to take a screenshot here?
I could put Dakota's picture up.
Oh yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah, why don't you show a picture on the phone? That would be fun.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, she was so disappointed. She texted me and she's like, I can't make it, Mom.
Yep, that's all right. We are still excited that you are here to get the scholarship for her, and she'll get her t-shirt and all of that too. So.
Oh, this isn't a very good picture of her. Hang on. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. Right here, let me take my my blur off.
Okay, whoever's taking the screenshot, I will pose with Jeanette, although you don't have to do my face if you don't want to. And
yeah,
with Dakota.
Let me get my blur off first. I've got it on so you can see my nasty background, but you can't see.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, you just can't see the picture with the blur on.
Oh, I hear you. Okay. All right. Are you guys ready?
Hang on. Okay. Can you see it? Can you hear?
Yep. Okay, guys, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. We will coordinate with Dakota for the scholarship. So basically what happens is we submit the scholarship to financial aid, and then she
Okay.
comes to Wichita State in the fall. It's just on her account. You guys don't have to do any work for that. So it'll just be loaded as one of her scholarships.
Well, she is so, I mean, we're actually had asked the question about the application because she's applying to the guaranteed nursing program.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So she put her application in on the 18th, and we've just been with bated breath waiting for that so that she
Yeah.
can apply
It
to
should be
that
any
program.
time now for you guys. And I guess, where are you guys from?
We're here in Colorado.
In Colorado, okay. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't have any of my information in front of me, but definitely check out the Distinguished Scholarship Invitational to see if she qualifies for that. It's called DSI. That is an in-person competition, which is why I want to mention it, because you would have to come to campus on November 19th.
Okay.
So once she's fully admitted, then you would know if she qualifies, but just, you know, if you want to go ahead and preemptively check out the requirements for it.
Okay, and what day is that in Kansas?
It's November 19th. It's a Saturday that the actual competition is, and then students just have to apply for it by November 1st.
Okay.
So that's a great opportunity for scholarship dollars. So 3 students get $64,000, and then every round students make it, they also get additional scholarship dollars. So they don't have to be a top 3 just to earn
Okay.
scholarship. So
Awesome.
yeah, awesome. Do you have any other questions for us?
No, she had spent a lot of time already talking to the nursing program. And just, you know, with my background, I know a lot about Wichita State before she even started looking into it. So
Yeah.
So yeah, she's very excited to, you know, with the opportunity, and you know, you're the #1 school on her list right now. So
Great. And have you guys been to campus?
no, I was actually curious. So, I mean, obviously, if she qualifies for the DSI, we'd come in November, but is there any tours between Christmas and New Year's, or is it just because the students are home that's probably not going to happen?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our university actually closes during that period. So none of the staff work. Now, I'm going to just put this out there. If that is the only time you can visit and you don't come to DSI, please reach out to one of us. We can coordinate with at least one of our current students, like our student ambassadors, to show you around. The difficult part might be getting in some of the buildings. So I don't know that it would be like the full experience. We do Saturday visits once a month, so that could be an option too. And then, I mean, most of like, I don't know if you guys do a lot of in-service or days out of school. I mean, we're basically open Monday through Friday otherwise. So even like Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the holidays, typically we still offer visits even if students aren't in class.
Okay. I'll have her look at her show. She's in a highly technical EMS program. And so they actually cannot miss. There's only a certain number of hours they can actually miss in the program to begin with. So we've talked to her teacher a little bit about college visits. So more, she needs to understand what she is, the number of hours she's actually allowed to miss. And, you know, obviously you have